This is the Phillies Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Phillies still apparently terrified of Sonny Gray and Aroldis Chapman. Oh my God! Horrifying, this offense today, unfortunately. 1 run today, 2 runs yesterday. Don't like where this is trending. And just 3 hits in the ball game for the Phils. And they blow a golden opportunity thanks to some wild swings in the 9th inning. And Andrew Painter, look. Andrew Painter, good hustle to you today. 5 innings, 1 run, good times. Here's what I hate about baseball. I got to watch a game like today where Andrew Painter finishes with 62 pitches. 62 pitches through 5 innings where he allows 4 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, 1 run. Made 1 big mistake. Trevor Story, who blasted it over the monster. And then he can't go more than 5 innings today. Like, here's what I hate about baseball. I know this is the way the game is played now. I know this is the way, more so I know this is the way the game is managed nowadays. But Andrew Painter finally has a good start. But this is one of the things I always hated about Rob Thompson. It's that, he had a good day. He did his job. He had a good day. He did his job. He had a good day. He did his job. We don't want to ruin it, so we're pulling him early. Now, Don Mattingly did that. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I get that it's modern-day baseball. I get this is the way it is. But this is why nobody can convince me that the game I grew up with was far better, to sound like an old head, it was better than what we're watching now. Andrew Painter goes out there. He's got great control. He's got good velocity. He's using his slider extremely well, getting guys to just flail away at it outside the zone, fooling them with it, being deceptive with his arm angle. Everything was great. And well, we don't want to have to go through the order another time. So let's get rid of him now. And look, I get you go by the grand book of baseball. And this was an instance where the Phillies decided to go by the grand book of baseball and say, let's go with matchups. Let's go with Tanner Banks. Let's go with Orion Kerkering. And then, of course, Orion Kerkering, he gives a big old fatty of a pitch out over the middle of the plate. And that ball is bye-bye for a 2-run home run that gave the Red Sox the 3-1 lead there, unfortunately, breaking a 1-1 tie. I know that's the way they do it now. That doesn't mean I have to like it. One of my favorite things about baseball growing up was the idea of you got your lineup and you got your pitcher. You know, with the middle relief guy certainly was coming of age and all that stuff as I was getting older, you know. Certainly closers were certainly a thing. Guys weren't going the distance. I get that. So I didn't grow up with like, oh, you started, you made 40 starts in a season. You had 40 complete games, win or lose. No, I didn't grow up in that. But watching this is just, you see a guy finally get in the groove you've been waiting to see him in, and they coach or they manage scared, and they decide to get him out. I know it's the way they do it. That doesn't mean I have to like it. So for the 5 innings, Andrew Painter was out there. Good hustle to him. He had some great stuff today. I did notice they gave him JT Realmuto today, which was great. Maybe that had something to do with him turning it around a little bit and having another, I'll call it a good outing. 5 innings, 1 run, that's solid. Good job. It's not quality, unfortunately. You got to go 6 innings for that, but he had a good start today. And yes, that is a good thing. I wish I could have seen a little bit more of it. Now, is that the reason they lost the game today? No. So let's get 3 big things. Number 1, giving up the home run on Orion Kerkering. Number 2, taking out Andrew Painter. But number 3 is really the biggest. Okay, this isn't in order of importance. So we'll go number 3 is really number 1 here, the most important thing. Offense. Come on, bro. I know Sonny Gray has really got some good stuff. 36 years old, still dealing, especially against this Phillies lineup today. Time and time again. I know Bryce Harper had hit one on the screws. Unfortunately, it was right at first base. So that ended up being a double play ball. You get into that 9th inning, though, against Aroldis Chapman, and you have a leadoff walk with Kyle Schwarber. Then Bryce Harper swings at a pitch at his eyes. And then Adolis Garcia's like, I don't remember how to swing a bat. Okay, whatever. Strike 3, he's out. Trey Turner is able to work a walk. Now you got runners on first and second with 2 outs. Get something going here, please and thank you. They get a double steal going. Alec Boehm is at the plate, by the way, for this double steal. Alec Boehm, bro, you've been so much better. I give you all the credit in the world for being a much better hitter than what we have seen as of late, what we've seen to this point through the season. First pitch, he was absolutely made up his mind before he left the on-deck circle. I'm swinging at the first pitch, no matter what. And you guys know, the people that have watched me do postcasts before, you guys know I am not a first pitch police type of guy. But in this particular situation, he goes out there against Chapman and he goes, I'm going to swing at the first pitch. And he swings at the first pitch that basically tails in on him, on his body. And if he didn't swing and foul it away, which almost resulted in a first pitch swing and foul out with runners on first and second at this point in the at-bat, and to kill whatever potential rally, that would have been awful. If he didn't make contact with it and foul it away, that ball would have, I'm pretty sure, went right through his sternum and probably into the backstop because that did have some life on it. But he fouls it away. He gets a little extra life, and then he swings wildly at a pitch well outside the zone for strike three. And at that point, you had the double steal going. Love to see that, Don Mattingly, moving the runners in that situation. Schwarber takes third, Turner takes second. Now you got runners at first and third with 2 outs trying to get some. Now at this point, a single ties the ball game. With Trey Turner on second with 2 outs, a single ties the ball game, and Alec Boehm just wasn't having it, unfortunately. Bryce Harper now 0 for 8, unfortunately, in Boston, as he went 0 for 4 today, 2 strikeouts. Harper also has 4 strikeouts in the last 2 days up there in Boston. Adolis Garcia leaving a lot to be desired. He struck out 3 times today. Brandon Marsh, say it ain't so. The hit streak snapped at 13 games. The average down now after an 0 for 3 day. He did hit his first at bat. He hit the ball on the screws. Unfortunately, it was right at second base. So that one got picked. But he's down to 343 womp womp on the season. Also, Kyle Schwarber was able to work 2 walks today. He was the busiest Philly when it came to being on base. 2 walks today for Kyle Schwarber. And yes, his home run streak obviously does end tonight at 5 consecutive games with a home run. Does not extend that, unfortunately. Alec Boehm did get you a hit earlier in the ball game. JT Realmuto 0 for 3. Justin Crawford hits his second home run of his career on a ball that ball just kept carrying to center field. He steps up to the plate in the 3rd inning against Sonny Gray. He gets a 2-0 fastball, a get-me-over fastball, trying to get back in that count there, and he jumps all over it. First off, great anticipation, obviously a great swing he put on the ball, hit it 403 feet to dead center field at Fenway Park. And the Phillies were able to tie things up at that point, 1-1. But that was the only run, of course, the Phillies would get in the ball game. But good on him. Another thing with Justin Crawford, I'll also mention in this one, what inning was it? He made a phenomenal catch in the 4th inning. To start off that inning, Yoshida came up and hit a fly ball center field, and Crawford came in. It was Marsh, Crawford, and I think Trey Turner running back on it on like a perfectly placed, what would have been bloop single maybe by Yoshida. Justin Crawford slides in beautifully and just picks that ball before it hit the ground for a great sliding catch there. To help out Andrew Painter in that scenario there. So hell of a day there by Justin Crawford. Hell of a day. Really nothing else worth bragging about, unfortunately. Mundo Sosa got a single, but Philly's really not able to do a whole hell of a lot today offensively. So back to the drawing board when it comes to the Phillies offense, hopefully getting it going again tomorrow. Now, you heard it multiple times throughout the broadcast tonight from Tom McCarthy. Weather permitting, they'll get this game in tomorrow night at 6:40 up there in Beantown at Fenway Park, but there's supposed to be a storm rolling through. So hopefully the Phillies and Red Sox will be able to get this game in tomorrow. And also, hopefully, the Phillies will be able to get a win tomorrow against their old teammate with Jesus Luzardo on the hill. It'll be a lefty versus lefty matchup. Jesus Luzardo against Ranghar. Yeah, that's right. Ranger Suarez, as we know him here in Philadelphia. And that'll be another 6:45 start time. Weather permitting. When we come back, we'll get your comments on this one. Phillies unfortunately fall 3-1 to the Red Sox. All that more when we return. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast. My name is Mark Farzetta. By the way, Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day for your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. I got you covered for your Locked On Phillies Postcast. Back after this. And right now, it's time to tell you about 5 Hour Energy. I got a trip to take in less than a month. I'll be out in Idaho with the kids, with the wife, out there for a wedding. You know I'm going to need that energy. So I'm packing some 5 Hour Energies. For me, obviously not the kids. They don't need them. Confetti Craze 5 Hour Energy shots bring the nostalgic flavor back in a whole new way. It's a classic taste you remember, but with a tasty caffeine boost and 0 sugar. There's the quick, easy way to get that boost with that sweet craving that is Sweet Tooth approved. The Confetti Craze 5 Hour Energy shots taste just like birthday cake, vanilla, and buttery flavors that let you be unapologetically extra and unstoppably energized. I like how convenient it is, too. Small, portable. Just take it wherever you go. Absolutely love 5 Hour Energy. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. How convenient is that? Funfetti flavor, 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open Confetti Craze 5 Hour Energy shots today. And remember, you get the boost with 0 sugar. Now it's time to tell you about Hims. ED is way more common than most guys think. Millions of guys deal with it at some point, and that's exactly why Hims offers a straightforward way to handle it. Hims connects you with licensed healthcare providers online, giving you access to legitimate ED treatment options from the comfort of your home. No awkward appointments, no pharmacy lines, just straightforward process that makes it easy to take care of yourself. The whole process is simple. Just complete a quick online intake and provider reviews your information. If treatment is right for you, it ships directly to your door in a discreet package, which makes the whole experience feel private and stress-free. They also offer options like Slide-Finel, for instance, and also generic Viagra at a fraction of the cost. It's straightforward, transparent, and designed to make every possible easy way to feel comfortable. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/lockedonmlb. That's hims.com/lockedonmlb for a free online visit. hims.com/lockedonmlb. All right, let's get into the chat check and see how wonderful people are doing on this fine Wednesday evening following the Phillies 3-1 loss to the Boston Red Sox. Let's get into it right here. Morgan Landy, hello. Damn, just think we might have got a hit. Anyone besides the 8 and 9 hole hitters could have been. Damn you, Orion. Yeah, it was a meatball of a pitch. He absolutely hung one out over the middle of the plate against Rafaela. 2-run home run, left field, and 1-2 fastball. He was up in the count, for crying out loud. Trevor Story, 1-1 sinker, middle of the plate. That's the home run that Andrew Painter gave up earlier in the game. But later on, Rafaela gets the 2-run home run to left field on a 1-2 fastball, 376 feet to left field. That was it. Bye-bye. Yes, Marsh's hitting streak ended, Evelyn. I regret to inform. Maybe Kerkering should have been gone last year. Again, insanity with this team. I know I'm not the only person to think this, Hoagie Boy 12. I know I'm not the only person to think this, by the way, great avatar. That looks like if Kyle Schwarber was in a movie and he was portrayed by Jack Black. That's what that avatar looks like. I like it. Anyway, I know I'm not the only one that does this when the announcer, whether it's Tom McCarthy or anybody, national broadcast as well, when they're like, he has only allowed 1 inherited runner to score out of 9 inherited runners this season. Oh, is that right? Oh. The minute they say that, even though the inherited runner was on first base, I'm like, well, now that guy's scoring. Yes, I do have a case of the baseball superstitions, okay? And the minute I heard T-Mac say that, I was like, well, that guy's scoring. And then the long fly ball, left center field, home run. That's the way that one went. Kirk's stuff has been great this year. One bad mistake. I agree. I don't think he's been terrible this year. Makes Sonny Gray look like a Cy Young candidate. How about that one? Moving Garcia up in the lineup was a mistake. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his bat. I'll tell you that much. Move Crawford up, even Sosa. Possible, says Matt Forstater. What's going on, buddy? Pater and Crawford were positives. I concur. Dean Howe 3, what's going on? Anytime Kyle steals a base, it's fun. It's a fun night. We will get them tomorrow. I certainly hope so. Win another series. That's what I say. WNP, I see what you put there. I'm not putting that up there, but I see what you're saying. Thanks everybody in the chat. You guys are great as per usual. Again, hopefully we get this going tomorrow. Now listen up for your boy, okay? Here's what we got going on. A whole lot of me, okay? Whole lot of me tomorrow. Here you go. Locked On 76ers, Keith Pompey and I tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, okay? Noon tomorrow, Locked On Eagles Squad show. Me, Louis DiBiase, Harry Mays, Jason Bertidis, breaking down all things Birds. We're either doing noon or 1 tomorrow, so stay tuned for that on Locked On Eagles YouTube channel. And then the Sixers are having a press conference at 4 o'clock. Sometime after that press conference, Keith Pompey and I hope to do a bonus show. 2 shows, 1 day. You're welcome. We won't do a show Friday, though, Miss Guzzi. But we hope to give you an instant reaction to that press conference explaining Josh Harris and now Bob Myers in their search to replace Daryl Morey. So we'll give you all that and more tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Back with you guys throughout the day tomorrow. And, of course, we hope there's a ball game so I can give you guys a nice postcast afterwards. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.